Module 2 of our class. This is Energy and Society. So let me go ahead and share screen so that we are all on the same page as to what is due this week for Module 2. So again, Module 2, we looked at Module 1 last week, kind of an intro into energy fundamentals. So if you just click on Module 2 here, we're going to go into something very specific, looking at energy and how this impacts society here, looking at oil and transportation. So looking at our cars and the car industry here. So here's a good little intro into what to expect for this week. So again, some key topics here, learning objectives, looking at how much oil we in the United States produces, how much we consume, how much we rely on our imports as well. Looking at what is peak oil, have we reached it yet? Have we passed it decades ago? Are we not even there yet? So just looking at that term peak oil. Just looking at oil in terms of drilling, refinery, the various products that are produced, some of the emissions associated with that, and then a little bit into policy as well. So overview kind of does, a little bit similar to the objectives here. If you're going along with our textbook here, so chapter 4 is what we're going to focus on, as well as 13, transportation. So chapter 4, looking at just oil, how petroleum is used, how it's produced, where in the world is oil production more dominant, some of the geopolitical and environmental impacts as well. And then chapter 13 looks at cars and trucks and how they use oil and the energy issues associated with that. There's also a few other readings to help in your understanding. So looking at how much petroleum do we import and export, looking at just oil and petroleum explained, energy flow charts, U.S. energy facts, BP statistics, a whole bunch of different readings as well to help with your assignments and also just general understanding of the subject this week. So you have just 2 assignments to do, your discussion and a quiz, so not too bad for this week. So hopefully you'll have a little bit of a breather. By Thursday, make sure you complete your initial post. So you're going to visit the Department of Energy's cost calculator, and it's located in the resources. So again, we're looking for the cost calculator. So if we go to readings and resources, you'll be able to see it here. Let's see which one it is. Right here, vehicle cost calculator. So 1, 2, 3, the 4th one down, or from the bottom for the assignment here. And you're going to select your personal vehicle and then 2 from the following list. And here's the list right here. Make sure they're not the same as your car. If you see your car listed, pick the other 2. And then you're going to compare. So select the state the website has in terms of estimating electricity prices and gas prices. And your initial post here, so what to do, let me highlight it, is you're going to review the process and metrics and then talk about the results. So how significant is the difference between the total cost of ownership of the 3 vehicles? Did anything surprise you about what you discovered? So explain this here. So after you answered the first scenario, you're going to rerun the experiment, but you're going to change the cost of gasoline to $10 a gallon. I know you're like, holy cow, $10 a gallon. Some places are still paying over $3, almost $4 a gallon. So it's not really that far away. So what would surprise you about the results now, even in this hugely elevated gas increase here? What factors would you consider when shopping for a new car? And then do you think you would take the results from the calculator to help you in influencing your next car buying decision? So in your response then, that's all due, again, that's all part of your initial response for Thursday. And then in your responses, you're going to compare your numbers with your classmates. Are they similar? Are they different? What are some of the interpretations that you got? Identify some of the changes and similarities and differences you observe. So again, your initial post for this due Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses due by Sunday. And then all you have to do then is complete the quiz for Unit 2 or Module 2 here. You can use, again, right here, make sure you use your readings from both Module 1 and Module 2 to complete the quiz. So again, your initial post for your discussion due Thursday, your 2 follow-up responses, as well as a quiz due by Sunday. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to some really great discussions this week.